amid rust and steel, but he be a shutterbug with zeal. Oh, snap those shadows, sharp and real, in that yard where metal lies. Capture faces, clear blue skies.
All right, we are back at it tonight at one of our favorite photo locations, the wrecking yard. And tonight we're having our workshop and it's all about focus. You can see here there's so much to focus on, and I'm not talking about just focusing your camera, I'm talking about focusing your mind. We don't want to be distracted by everything that's going on, so we're going to teach you how to focus on your subject. Join us tonight as we go along.
Clicking in the junkyard lights, whistles snapping in the junkyard lights.
All right, so I just got home from our junkyard workshop, and I'm going through the pictures and realized we didn't really roll any B-roll or anything of us teaching or explaining the lessons. That happens a lot of times when we're out here teaching these workshops. We forget to roll that B-roll. We are so into teaching and looking for those light bulb moments from the people that are attending that we just forget. So I'm going through the pictures and thinking, oh, that was such a great lesson. And one of the first things that we actually taught, and we talked about this in the beginning when we were introducing this workshop, was that we're going to teach you how to focus your mind, not just focus your camera, but focus your mind. If you've ever been to someplace like a junkyard or someplace where there's just so much stuff that can get in your way of your picture and just kind of clutter your mind with not being able to focus on what I'm supposed to shoot, the junkyard is one of those places. And we actually had great success at teaching people to just focus in on the subject at hand. So the subject at hand was the models that we were using, rather than all of the other stuff around, because there's so much cool stuff. There's lots of shiny objects, and photographers, we know we love shiny objects. So we were able to shoot and focus our mind. So in fact, on this first picture, I love how this turned out. So Gabby, one of our models, she makes a great grunge model. That's kind of her style. She fits in perfect in the junkyard. We just put her right into the light and found the perfect light for her, and just her style of kind of leaning up against this car. But I love how this picture turned out, and just being able to show that with this expansive pile of junk and just crazy colors and stuff, we're able to focus on Gabby. And Gabby's got these really cool eyes, and I think this picture just directs you right to that. So we actually had everybody kind of find their own place, find a picture like this and shoot it. And watching the light bulb moments go off in people's eyes, it's like, oh, I finally get it. I finally get it. I'm able to focus on the exact subject rather than focusing on everything else. Everything else is just kind of the icing on the cake, but adds texture to the picture. But in this case, you can see from that picture, it really focuses you directly onto our subject, Gabby.
Yeah, frames align in the junkyard spot. Let's capture it in the junkyard lot.
Like I mentioned, the junkyard is filled with lots of junk, right? Of course, but just lots of stuff to take pictures of. And one of the other lessons we wanted to teach was how to blend our ambient light or our available light with our flash. And so in this case, what we did is we pulled out our FJ400, put a media octa on it, and used the sun as one of our lights as well. So you can see in the picture, that sun is backlighting Naomi, backlighting that windshield, just making that glow so beautifully. But I love what we're seeing on this picture. So we're using the light, creating a direction of light, putting it right onto the face of Naomi, creating that backlight, rimming her out. Looks so good. And this was another one of those light bulb moments for people when they could see, okay, I can finally understand how to blend that natural light. One of the things that we're trying to teach people to do is actually darken down that background so your subject stands out. It's a mistake that we find a lot of times in photography is we want to try to blend everything together, but by doing that, you'll lose focus on the subject. By darkening the background, you instantly gain that focus on the subject.
Well, every piece telling every rusty block, clicking at the junkyard spot.
Okay, I just love what's going on in this picture here. Our next lesson was about balancing. Now, balancing both light and balancing the composition. Now you can see here our model Kimmy. What we did is we used, taking everything all together that we learned so far, but we took the sun and our flash and some of the elements in the composition to give a very balanced photograph. So you can see Kimmy here on the left side of the screen. We've got the sun coming in from above, and you can see that reflecting on the back of that, whatever the car part is, the hood or the fender there. And then using that that flash from the FJ400, just giving her a kiss of light coming back in, filling in some of that dark shadowing. Just gave us a nice balance for her as a subject, but then weighting the picture with Kimmy on the left and then having those leading lines from that other hood pointing directly at her gives you a really nice balance in the picture. It's very pleasing to the eye. And that's one of the things that you always want to try to do in portrait photography. If you're going to use elements outside of the subject, you want to make sure that it's balanced well in the camera. This was another one of those points where we heard a lot of, oh, now, yes, I get it. And to watch the difference between when someone walked up and tried to take this picture to when they actually started thinking about balance in photography was amazing when you look at the before and after of their images.
I love it like this. You click that pic. You frame real neat.
All right, so right now we've got Richard here shooting. He's shooting Kimmy. And one thing that he's doing, his light's gonna be pretty flat, but I wanted him to try taking this picture, and then we're gonna compare it to directional light by actually Richard changing direction. Richard, come over here for a second. I want you to take the exact same shot, but just stand here. So we've changed the direction of light by moving you. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, perfect. Let's actually even change that direction a little bit more by stepping 2 steps to the left. Do it again. Let's see what we come up with. There you go. You just created magic by you shifting direction of light. So that's the thing you always want to remember. You don't have to move your light. You don't have to move your subject. You can move and instantly change the direction of light. That looked great, Richard.
You frame real neat among the trash heaps.
Hey, before you go, let me just show you something real quick. This is my brand new Think Tank bag, and this is the Airport Essentials backpack. And this thing is, man, this is like the photographer's dream backpack for carrying an immense amount of gear in a super small package. Let me just show you this thing to you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it here when I flip it open. But it's a front-loading backpack. But this thing holds so much stuff. So in this backpack that I was able to bring to our junkyard shoot, I had my camera, which is my Nikon Z8, my 24-70. I had my 85. I had my 35. I had my 7200. I had my Z6 II. I had all 3 of my triggers located in here, right? I had my gimbal. I had a FJ80 flash. I had my DJI microphones in here. I had some filters, right? All of that fit on this inside section. I also had my spider holster. Then on the top part, I know Mark has talked about this in some of our other videos, but pockets, an amazing amount of pockets on this thing, right? This thing here, right? It holds, you know, all my batteries. I've got the Think Tank battery holders. It holds all my cables, all of that other stuff that you're always trying to find. But one of the things that I love about this backpack, besides being immensely enormous inside, is the way that you can custom configure it. I also love these big sections on the front. Now, this is pretty funny. One of my concerns about my backpack is that I need to be able to fit my 16-inch, this MacBook Pro, into my backpack. And I'm always concerned about the backpack being too small. Now, this one says it can fit a 15-inch. And so I was like, oh, man, is it going to work? But I got to tell you, the 16-inch MacBook Pro fits perfectly in this sleeve. They've got a sleeve pocket for an iPad, all these pockets on the top, just really well thought out bag. But you can feel the quality just even in things like the zippers. But let me show you my biggest plus on this bag. Besides, like I said, holding so much stuff, it actually holds more stuff than I have needing to bring on most of my adventures. But it's got handles on the top. It's got a handle on the side, right? Makes it super easy to carry around. But then you also have a security cable, right, with a padlock built into the bag. So if you just want to, you know, attach this to the leg of a table or something, if you're at the airport, it makes it really easy. But this thing will fit under the seat of an airplane. Pretty sweet bag. So this is the Think Tank Essentials. We actually have a code that if you buy anything from Think Tank right through their website, they'll give you a free gift. So you get some of those like the little battery containers or the cable containers, all kinds of different stuff that they're giving out. So go ahead and check that out. But this bag, I love. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. Happy to answer the questions about the bag. But man, this thing, the Think Tank Airport Essentials, is my essential backpack at this point. Love it, love it.
In that yard where metal lies, capture faces, clear blue skies.